Hello and welcome to this edition of Football Week. I'm Alex Ramsden. With me is the football writer Sorab. So we will start with Liverpool, who go into a game against Chelsea on Sunday on the back of qualifying for the Champions League final. The team news being that Liverpool are without Adam Lallana and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and we will get Sorab's views on how Chelsea, or what Chelsea need to do to make the top four.
Well, yeah, thank you, Alex, for having me on your show. And so Chelsea are in a difficult position because they need to win all games from here on to make it to the Champions League. Because that loss to Tottenham earlier was like a disaster for them because they've not put Champions League qualification in their own hands. But they're doing very well in the league as of now. They beat Burnley away, and last week they had a victory again against Swansea as well. So they're coming into the game in good form, and Liverpool would be tired after a Champions League game, which they lost. Nevertheless, they qualified and they might be on a high, but it might just be fatigue at the last end, and Chelsea might be able to nick it.
Yeah. Good points. So, speaking of Spurs, where do they come into the equation? Obviously, they're in fourth place. There is a gap between them and Chelsea. Chelsea have got to win all three games.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Chelsea basically can't lose anything from here on, and Tottenham have 3 games left in the season as well. I think the next game against West Brom is going to be most crucial because West Brom are fighting for their lives in the relegation battle down there, and they have to win if they want to stay up, and they've been in a good run of form, beating some of the best teams in the league. Beat Manchester United, got a draw against Liverpool, went to Newcastle and beat them as well. So it's going to be a really tough game for Tottenham. Going on after that, they face Newcastle at home and Leicester at home, which I believe are going to be easier games because at the fag end of the season, it's better to play a team which are 10th or 12th, and they have nothing to play for. They're basically in holiday already.
Yeah. I feel like Liverpool may not play their strongest team for the rest of the season with the Champions League final in mind, because I think they've got a great chance of beating Real Madrid.
Well, yeah, definitely, but the Premier League season ends on the 14th of May, and then you've got 12 days to recover for the Champions League final, which is the 26th. So I believe Liverpool will go all guns blazing because it's not a certainty that they can win the Champions League and then make it to the top 4. They'd rather want to have fate in their own hands, and a win against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge this weekend would mean that they automatically qualify for the top 4. Yeah. And knowing Jurgen Klopp as a manager, I've never realized that he's one to let down or like take a game too easy or play a weakened squad.
Yeah.
So
very charismatic, Jurgen Klopp. I quite like him.
Yeah, and he's up against Antonio Conte, who's another charismatic manager. So it's gonna be an interesting battle. It's gonna be a dynamic battle, and Chelsea have to win the game though at all costs, and they're gonna be all guns blazing. It's a cracker of a game this weekend.
Yep, we all look forward to that. Moving on into the Football League, the League Two we'll start on. Lincoln need 1 point to make the playoffs in League Two. They play Yeovil at home tomorrow. Just want to get your thoughts on. Well, are you surprised that Lincoln have kicked on so well into League Two from the National League last season? Because a lot of teams tend to have a transitional season.
Well, to be honest, yeah, because I don't think Lincoln would have had aspirations of back-to-back promotions when they managed to get to the League Two earlier last season, and well, it's been a bonus because the way the team has gelled and the way Danny Cowley's managed to rejuvenate the team and get them playing attractive football, it's amazing. And that piece of silverware which they won in the Checkatrade Trophy, which is just another important factor, and that's helped Lincoln go ahead as the season progressed.
What do you think their chances are in the playoffs? If they were to get Exeter, who I would believe are the strongest team in the playoffs, would you see Lincoln winning it?
Well, Lincoln, it's obviously a challenge because putting yourself in the playoff, you cannot lose a single game there, and the likes of Exeter, the likes of Coventry City, they're quality teams. They're difficult to beat on their day, but nevertheless, Lincoln would take heart by the fact that they've almost reached playoff, and It's going to be a good season, nevertheless, if they're in League One next season or continuing in League Two.
Yeah. Notts County as well, obviously, could be a derby game.
That's true.
While we're in League Two, Grimsby Town ended a 20-match winless run under their new manager, Michael Jolly. There's been a difficult season for Grimsby Town. As a Grimsby Town fan, I will testify to that. But the new manager seems to be doing a very good job, because when Russell Slade was manager, there were a lot of demonstrations outside Wundle Park about him getting sacked. And it's a real show. Grimsby Town fans are not the sort of fans that regularly come out against the manager. But from this season they've had, would you say it's justified that they essentially got the manager changed?
Well, I never sit on a program and vouch for a manager to leave his job or for him to get the sack. But, Grimsby Town have had a horrendous season, the season to forget. And it was right in their minds to get the manager changed. You just get fresh blood and new ideas, and that's what gets the team kicking along. You see it in the Premier League as well, with West Brom, with Southampton getting the managers changed and then now doing better and with a chance at survival. So that's the same with Grimsby Town. They've got the manager changed, got a few draws and wins, and they managed to secure their safety, which is relegation was a real concern for Grimsby this season. So it's a positive thing to look at that they've managed to avoid that, and it's all going uphill from here.
Yep. Well, let's hope so. I was at the game last week, and Michael Jolly actually addressed the fans on the pitch at the end of the game, saying how it's been a pleasure to be our manager for such a short space of time. So watch this space. Speaking of Grimsby Town, our midfielder Mitch Rose was voted the League Two Player of the Month for April. It's a very big honour for somebody with Mitch Rose. He scored 3 penalties in 3 games in crucial ties with relegation rivals Barnet and Chesterfield, which went a long way to securing our Football League status. So if we move up to League One, Scunthorpe United secured their place in the playoffs by beating Plymouth in League One. Similar question to the Lincoln one, how would you rate Scunthorpe's chances, considering they're up against teams like Shrewsbury?
Well, yeah, again, it's been a surprise that Scunthorpe have done so well and managed to get that playoff position. And it'll be very interesting to see how they go on ahead from here. Just the players that they got in, Ivan Toney, I think, who came in from Newcastle on loan, he averages a goal every 2 games almost, and he's been fantastic since joining the club. Midfielder Josh Morris has been great for the club, so they're in good form, and they are within a shout to get to the League One. Sorry, to get to the Championship.
Yeah. We're moving now on to Lincoln United, and Sorab will tell us a little bit about their season.
Well, Lincoln United had a horrible start to the season, and they were losing back-to-back, losing most of the games that I've seen them play. But they managed to kick on the season really well afterwards, and they just missed out on promotion, and with ending the season at 68 points, I believe, and 71 was required for promotion. And it's been a good season. In fact, it's been a good season for Lincolnshire football on the whole, with Lincoln City getting a chance at promotion, almost a chance at promotion, Scunthorpe United getting a chance at promotion, United doing well. Grimsby is probably the only tainted spot, but they've managed to get their season back on track well and avoid relegation. So it's good times for Lincolnshire football.
Yeah. Well, Cleethorpes Town are also in the same division as Lincoln United. They finished in the top 10, their first ever season at this level, come on the back of their historic Wembley appearance last season. And Grantham Town are in action in the EvoStick Northern Premier League playoff final on Sunday. They play Ashton United for promotion to the National League North for the first time in their history. If you have anything to add, Sorab?
Well, it's reaching the fag end of the season, and what an amazing season it's been. It's been fantastic football all around, be it Manchester City dominating the Premier League, or be it even in the other leagues, with Lincoln City doing well, with the likes of Wigan doing well, the likes of Wolves doing well. It's been good football overall, and it's just setting up perfectly for a good World Cup and a good season to follow.
Yes. I look forward to the World Cup as well. That was this edition of Football Week. I want to say thank you to Sorab
You're welcome.
for his observations. I'm Alex Ramsden, and thank you.